You guys know who the GOAT is, don't you?
Who?
I'm the GOAT.
I'm the goat.
I'm the goat.
Hey, stop eating stuff, Bob.
Bad. Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Mike.
And this is the board game rundown. And this year we're going to do it a little different. Instead of doing our normal top 50, and then, we tried and failed last year to do our 50 outside the 50. So screw that noise. We are going to do our top 100 starting right here with this episode.
Like all right now, so strap in for our 8-hour extravaganza.
Whoa, God, no, hold up. No, I think we should just do 100 through 91 today on this one.
It's a good idea.
Okay. All right.
And not try to squeeze them in on the live show, but then have a whole bunch of guests and then never get around to it and then only do 100 through 91. This is happening. We're covering our top 100 guaranteed.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but the rules for my list are they have to be published for my list and they have to be in my top 100.
Yeah, as I was going, I realized that, oh, wait a minute. Even though we played some of these games in basically their final form, they're not out yet. So I had to take them off the list.
Yes. Published games. I know there is one in particular that is almost fulfilling that maybe would have trickled onto some lists here, but didn't include it. Not out yet. I also make sure, now this is me personally, but I make sure I've played it in person. There have been some games that I only played digitally that I didn't include until I got a chance to play the IRL version. So I'll be talking about one of those today, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I played all of mine in person.
I'm mostly sure they have all been played in person.
I don't think that matters for everybody, but that's just a little rule I have.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
But I also don't log my digital plays, but that's a preference. I got no beef if people do. It's your logging. It's not a contest.
Yeah. I don't think I log my digital plays most of the time.
I don't.
To an extent I do, because I played the full game. Just because I didn't physically pick the piece up and move it, and I clicked a thing to make it move. It's the same thing. It's the same rules. It's it's a
it's not a purity thing for me. It's just a lazy thing.
It sounds like you're virtual signaling, but
to me, it's just that it is actually a touching the pieces and pulling it out on the table and putting it back in the box. It's, I don't know. There's something about that experience, that tactical, tangible experience.
So Mike's basically just saying it doesn't count unless you touch it.
Well, yes, that's true. That is true. Although I count tabletop simulator plays because I have to use my mouse to pick up the pieces.
Oh boy, here we go. Here's the double standard now.
Yeah, I'll have a few stats as we go along here. I have fun with numbers, so I got a couple things I'll add with all my picks here.
Now, I will say that we have discussed. So for those of you that are watching, because we've got a lot of games to get through, we're going to try to keep the descriptions relatively brief. So if you want to know more about these games that we're talking about, hit us up in the comments. We might be able to link to a video we've done for them. Or maybe if you're like, hey, you guys have never done a video for this, you always talk about it, you guys should do a video. Well, then maybe that's a good reason for us to then go back and play one of these games again and make some content for it. So all of those things, super useful for us, and just an opportunity to kind of engage with y'all. So
also, we'll try to drop one of these a week. So it'll take a little while to get through all of these, but we'll get there.
Like 10 weeks, do you think?
If I stick to one a week, we might do some of the higher ones, maybe 2 a week. We'll see. We'll
see. All right. Well then, without any more ado, I don't know. I just want to say it differently.
I don't have 100 numbers here, so you'll have to deal with. No, I'm not. No, no. I got.
He'll log all their digital plays, but he won't.
Yep.
I won't make 100 segues. You're right. I
You're
will
right.
not. So
Yep.
you're going to have
You're
to deal
absolutely
with
right.
it. We'll start with Tim and his number 100, aka his number 10 of today.
All right, guys. I said this off camera, and I'll just say it here live for everybody else to see. My list this year way different than previous years. Like just lots of movement and stuff. Now I didn't do a ton of research, see where what dropped and all that business, but I just noticed by looking at stuff that there's lots of big differences. I left it very true to what Pub Meeple said, and I didn't move stuff around. All that being said, my number 100 is the classic, chaotic Galaxy Trucker. You're just trying to get through space, survive the run. You know what I mean? And then most points, and if you survived, you win the game. Most money, I guess. But yeah, Galaxy Trucker, super fun, very goofy. Do not get attached to anything because they will not stay attached. Parts of your ship are going to be coming off as you are soaring through space trying to make that run. So Galaxy Trucker, I don't care what edition you want to play. Super fun game. That is my number 100.
I've only played the app version of this. I still have not actually played a real version at the table.
App version's great too. I would be
good.
too lazy to log all of my app plays, but it has kind of a fun campaign mode, style to it that you can play in, and highly recommend.
Yeah.
I've yet to play this, but it
Oh,
seems like it's kind of like a steampunk rally in space.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Not too far off.
My number 100 is the classic 1991 version of History of the World.
Oh, yes. You have to be
Played this-
specific.
Yes, because they did come out with. I'm going to check this up real quick. History of the World. But basically, you're playing through all these different civilizations, through all these different epics, and the world is like evolving and growing and getting bigger as like history becomes known. They did re-release a version of it in 2018, which is, in my opinion, super ugly and not worth it. And I did just notice, doing research for another show that we're going to be on, in 2025, there's another version. I don't know if it's the same game, but it's called History of the World, Civilizations Rise and Fall. And the art on the box looks pretty cool, at least the font, I should say, looks cool, and the board looks neat. But I have definitely played more and have enjoyed the 1991 version. It's just this big civilization like epic. Now the biggest problem with it is there's a lot of downtime between turns. If you're playing like full player count, like 5 people, you're gonna be sitting around a while. You might want to have a side game going on another table somewhere, waiting for your turn, because there's not a lot of like back and forth. You're taking your civilization's whole turn and then you're done. But it is a ton of fun, and I would definitely love to play through history again.
Really good, but you could play another game.
Yep.
In your downtime.
Mm-hmm.
Which
That's
is
some
not a
really
bad way
good,
to spend
some
your
really
time.
nice bits for as old as that game is.
Yeah. Avalon Hill used to do it really well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number 100. So we started doing our top 50 in 2022. And this one has made the list every single year. Debuted for me at 50, then 51, then 56. But now I can't find anybody to play it with me, so it just keeps dropping. And I'm talking about One Night Ultimate Werewolf. It's amazing that it just snuck onto this list, and I did 0 tweaks, Pub Meeple, and this is where it wound up, just barely making the list. But it's my most played game of all time, and it just comes back to my very first game group. Before we would break into heavier games, we'd play like 9-10 games of this, and it really got me on to social deduction games. And to this day, I would still play it. This is my preferred version because it goes it's done in 10 minutes. There's no player elimination. So you just wait for that timer and you point, you're not eliminating people who then can't do anything for the rest of the game. Definitely prefer having the Daybreak expansion. I like a lot of the characters in there. But whether I play this with gamers or kids or getting kids to lie to their parents, I just still would have a blast with this. And I would play this anytime, any day, even now.
Right on. There's something to be said for those games that help you get into the hobby, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're important for a reason.
And I would still enjoy it if somebody asked. I'd bust it out in a heartbeat, no questions asked. All right, I guess that means we move to our number 99. um,
This was one that I was kind of surprised has fallen as far as it has, but I haven't played it in ages. And kind of like Mike's One Night Ultimate Werewolf, I would 100% play this anytime anybody wanted to. And I am talking about Lords of Waterdeep. Give me the expansions. I love the Scoundrels of Skullport, and then the what is it? The mountain, the Hall of Mountain, not Hall of Mountain King, the Undermountain.
yeah, something like that. I can't remember either.
Undermountain sounds right
anyways.
because Undermountain's in Waterdeep. So
Right. Yeah. That's the one. Anyways,
show
this
it.
game's great, and again,
Anyway.
you know, an early one in the hobby for me, and
Yeah.
I really like what it does. It's really cool. It's really great worker placement, you know, contract fulfillment. It works really well, really smooth.
yeah,
Yeah,
my
this
problem
was
is
my-
it's very samey.
So I use the expansions.
I disagree with that
All they want to do is
because
build buildings.
the buildings that come out change the game. The intrigue cards that come out change the game. This was my gateway game, and it's barely moved. It has not really fallen at all. It's going to be a while before I talk about this one.
Hey, good deal.
I still love this game.
All right.
Out of print now.
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh Lord of Waterdeep.
Oh boy.
My number 99. When we go to conventions, we love digging this one out to play with big groups. Anytime I go to visit family, we play this, especially because my mom's second language is English, so she's not really good at spelling. And man, just the addition or subtraction of an E on certain words can change things quite a bit. But Telestrations is a fantastic group game. It's like telephone, but instead of just like whispering something, you're writing down a word. The next person flips the page. They're drawing that word. Next person's going to look at that drawing, flip the page, write down what they think it is. And holy cow, it's hilarious. So we played this over just Christmas. We busted out and played with 7 of us. So that was a good time. And that's a pretty good drawing.
I did get the After Dark version for Christmas.
Oh, so, nice. Yes, yeah. I do have the After Dark. That's not the version we played.
Yeah. Understandable.
But yeah, definitely worth going through. What is that? A sea cow? It's got to be a manatee, right? Sea cow.
Nice.
What the heck? Yeah, that whole like grand reveal and like going through
the
all of the
the
guesses and people's drawings. Yeah. Hilarious. Still a go-to party game for me. I still think After Dark is my go-to version as long as you've got the group for it. Obviously, Christmas Day, probably not the time to bust out After Dark, but yeah, this game still rocks.
Just depends on what kind of party you're looking to have.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So time for some Cult of the New. I played 95 new to me games in 2025. This is the first new to me game that is making this list. It is the last new to me game I played this year. Actually, that's not true. Second to last new to me game this year. And I am talking about Thunderworks Fliptoons. So I have been playing this a lot on Board Game Arena, and I told myself I would not consider ranking this until I play the a version on the table. So I forced the guys here to play it last Sunday, And yeah, I love what this game does. It's just a really fast, simple deck building game where you're going to flip 6 cards in a 2x3 grid, and these cards combo off of each other based on what's adjacent to them. Some cards stack on top of each other, so you get to play more than 6 cards. And it's just a one resource deck builder, but that resource is used to buy cards out of the market and also used to cull cards out of your hand. And it just means you can always get a lean, refined, super powerful deck in that build up to 30 fame. And I still enjoy trying to see how much I can score on that last flip. My high so far is 44, and it's just really satisfying when you get all the right cards to come out on that final flip. I am really enjoying this game.
Yeah, I really like that one too when we played it.
It
I've been trying to
was-
find a copy, and I haven't been able to find one yet. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well,
it
I've
was
only
legit.
checked like 2 or 3 places, but
For whatever reason, this didn't jump on my list when it came out at Gen Con, but like as soon as it was available retail, I bought a copy immediately because it generated a decent amount of hype after Gen Con, and I'm very glad I picked this one up.
Well,
So
I
don't
mean,
sleep on
we
this
keep
one.
talking about these games that we heard a lot of hype for that were selling out, and I haven't heard anything about them. And Fliptoons is one that I keep hearing things about,
Exactly.
and I had a really good time playing it last weekend when you brought it out. So yeah, I was here for it.
Just snuck on the list. All right, now it's time for number 98. I don't know if I can wait for Bob to do that every time,
I just don't.
but I'm gonna
don't.
laugh every time, at
You
least
can
for
laugh,
now.
but don't- Bob does
totally
not
cut
deserve
him
your
off.
Bob does not deserve your laughter for that.
That's
All right, this is a Richard Garfield classic. Again, an early game in the hobby for me. It's just fallen because I haven't played it as much, but I still really like it, and will always keep all the versions I have of King of Tokyo. Still a really fun game, easy to get to the table, looks great. King of Tokyo Dark is amazing. I know that New York has their its advocates. I think it's fine. I mean, not like in a bad way. Like, it's whatever. Throw whatever version on the table, and I'm happy to play it. And wouldn't be like, well, I wish we were playing the other one. But it's just a really fun King of the Hill, and you got to kind of push and pull, decide when you're going to, if you want to hit that person that's in Tokyo, well, they're going to switch. They can, if they want, switch places with you. So you better be really strategic with how you do that. For such a simple game, lots of interesting choices, and those mutation cards or whatever are really fun and really cool to kind of get those things and then give you some asymmetry with your character. So King of Tokyo.
This is the version you bring up the most, and I agree it has the best aesthetic. So I just jumped on this one.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I didn't want to rate like all 3 of them, so I just went King of Tokyo blanket,
Yeah.
yeah, that is definitely
That's a good one.
cooler look. So for my number 98, you wouldn't think a game about capturing water going down a mountain to generate power would be fun, but Barrage has some really interesting moving parts to it. You're building these like dams and power plants, and the water is kind of trickling down so you can catch it and try to generate this power. And you've got this really cool wheel where you put all these bits inside, and then as it rotates, because it's taking time to build, so like those resources are kind of tied up, and the machines you use to build those things are being used until eventually it rotates back around, and then all those pieces come back out, and you can use them again to build more stuff. It's got a really neat table presence there. I love how those dams kind of build up on top of each other. You've got some asymmetrical powers going on, and I just really enjoy this one. This is a older one by this Simone Luciani. And there's that wheel right there. You can kind of see that on that desk. But yeah, you put the pieces in there, and then you kind of rotate that thing, and those pieces are occupied and taken. You can't use them until that thing spins around enough to free them up. So you got to plan that timing out so everything kind of comes together right at the right moment. And that resource management and timing is really good. Pleases the brain.
I don't know what mechanic in that I like better. The wheel and the way you get your stuff back, with the wheel, or when you run everything down the waterfall and you're like power, like both of those are so satisfying and so much fun. It's really hard for me to decide which one I like better.
Which part you like the best?
Yeah, because it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
This is one I still really, really need to play.
Ooh, yeah, damn. You should.
All right, my 17th new to me game making the list here. I think we all agreed that this was the game that should have gotten more hype than the one last year that came out of Gen Con from the same designer. I'm talking about Twinkle Twinkle.
Nice.
This one kind of got slept on. This didn't get a ton of hype at Gen Con, but this is an Ammon Anderson design, and we got to check this one out. What was that, 2023, when he brought his prototype to our Gen Con booth, and this is just a really fun tile laying game. Has a really nice aesthetic with these different acrylic tiles. What's cool about that acrylic is that it does actually allow you to flip those tiles over and match those constellations in a totally different way. But you're kind of doing a little bit of set collecting on your 5x4 grid here. Whether it be asteroids or planets or comets, black holes, satellites, they all score in very different ways. And that's just one version of the game. After you've played that, you can flip the scoring tiles over here over and change the scoring again. And then you can add in the expansion, and that adds more stuff that you can put on your board and change the scoring yet again. And this is one I've been playing a lot on Board Game Arena. It's got a great implementation. I'm really enjoying my plays of Twinkle Twinkle from All Play.
Nice.
Yeah, I will be talking about this on a much later episode.
Yeah, it's really good.
Agreed.
And check out our review.
I think what happened is when Gnome Hollow came out, nobody knew about Ammon, and now everybody knows what a monster he is. So nobody wanted to support. So that is all just joking. He is seriously one of the nicest
He is
dudes
one of the nicest guys
you could ever have the pleasure to meet. If you ever see him, you need to just go talk to him. He's a great dude.
Yep.
Absolutely. Before we jump into our 97, I just want to say, if you haven't watched our live show, you should. It's called Whiskey Wednesday. We drink whiskey and we talk about games. In honor of that, I did bring my Cody Road single barrel bourbon. It was a Christmas gift from my mom and dad because they know me oh so well. But it's 101 proof, and I'm not trying to get tanked before we finished, so I'm switching bottles here.
Holy
That
shnikes.
said, let's move on to our number 97. So dumb.
Every time. I just got a heavy sigh every time. This one has fallen a lot for me. And again, it's just because I haven't played it, but I still love this game. I will always at least put it on the rankings, like out of the ones I'm going to try to rank.
Yeah.
And see where it goes. But Kemet, a great dudes on a map, a tactical game, just really good strategy. I love the card play. I love like the way you customize your own pyramids, like all of that, like the different ways you buy those upgrades, all really good, really satisfying, and really fun. So I just love Kemet. Great board table presence, great components, whether you're playing Blood and Sand, the new one, or the OG, you can't go wrong. Good stuff either way.
Yep, except with the rulebook.
The rulebook's a little funky.
Yeah, I appreciate how this one is just a straightforward, I'm going to make my forces take out your forces type game. No fluff, just that. And the different techs that you decide to focus on drastically change your strategy. Classic game. Haven't played it in a while.
All right. Speaking of classic games, in 1994, they didn't have apps that ran games, but they did have some games with electronic components. And I'm just a big fan of Catchphrase.
Oh yeah.
This is just a game where you've got this little disc thing and you put this little wheel in there and you got like a topic on there and you're trying to get your partner to guess. And when you guess it, you're going to hit the button on the side. It's going to switch to the next one. You got to pass the next person. It's almost like a hot potato. And you're going to keep going until somebody gets stuck when the timer goes off. And I love those kind of clue giving games. And this is one of the first ones to do something like that. And to have it on a timer, made it real time like that. And that's the version that, Mike's got it right there. I love sitting down and playing these games, especially like when you have like a really good friend that's on your team and you have all these like inside jokes and like you like say something completely unrelated to what it actually is and they guess what it is and people are like, what the hell is that? And it's just like, sorry, you know.
You should have been there. You know what's funny, Bob, is the group of people that I used to go to Comic-Con with and stuff, right? They made their own catchphrase wheel that's all just inside jokes and references from things that happened at the various Comic-Cons that we went to.
Nice.
And it is wild. You know, like things like Sad Wario, right? Like just because like dudes that we saw cosplaying, you know, like so anyways, yeah, man, catchphrase is great, underrated, classic.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time since I've played that. I think I played that once, like probably 20 years ago. I don't even think that
probably
one
had fun.
Even that one didn't get logged for me. So that's before logging games for me. My goodness. Wow. All right. So another new to me game this year. This was released this year. Bob and I played a 2-player game and did a review of Rebirth. This is a Reiner Knizia tile laying game, and it's got very simple mechanics to it, like a lot of Knizia games do, but I just really like the player interaction of this game. You've just got one tile drawn, and so you know what you can place. It's just figuring out the ideal place to put it, and you're either putting out these farm tiles that score based on the number of adjacent farm tiles they're next to, or these settlements where you're going for area majority versus other people that have placed settlements. Those settlements I always think is interesting, that if you are the person that places the tile and you tie, you lose the tile. So you don't want to place a tile unless you can win that majority, or you're just trying to block somebody from taking all of the points from that region and you can't beat them regardless. Just really, really clever game. I like how you can place next to those cathedrals and castles and get in-game scoring cards to work off of. 2 different sides of the board that play slightly differently. And also just want to say that if you watch the full 42, you will see me nominate this cover for one of my favorite box covers, because it just looks amazing.
I thought that was for. I thought for last year you nominated it.
Yeah.
You know what? That's true, but this game didn't actually come out until this year. So the 2024 release was that's when their Kickstarter went live. This didn't fulfill until this year, I'm pretty certain.
No,
So
but I
made
think
that last year.
The show we're doing though is for the box art that's upcoming, right?
For 2025.
I thought it was for 2026.
It's not.
Oh shoot. Well, I better go back and rework on some of my picks.
Yeah, because I had some on my list, and I was like, "Oh, it's actually 2026." It's like, because I've played it, but when you look, it says, "Oh, it's not coming out until 2026." So I'm like, "Well, take it off my list."
Well, I won't be nominating it because I nominated it last year. So go back and watch the one from last year.
There you go.
But either way,
watch the one coming up from this year.
Yeah, there you go. But Rebirth, great tile laying game from Reiner Knizia.
Yep.
Definitely won't be my last Reiner Knizia game on the list.
Just out of my top 100. But I haven't played it as much as you guys.
You played this one?
Yeah, I bought it at IndieCon, Indie Spiel. And then
you got the deluxe version.
I did.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did.
All right, moving on to number 96.
What I like is that as fast as Bob is flashing, I can see his eyes and I know he's counting. And he's
Yeah.
got to make
He's
sure
counting.
he's counting.
Yep.
He's counting.
Yeah.
He's very focused.
I'm very focused.
This is a really, really, really good co-op that I would like to play more and do more with some of the expansions because I think it's really cool. I've had the opportunity now to play it at the last couple indie spiels and have played it. I guess I played it with Bob and Mike. Mike didn't like it near as much, but I really like Set a Watch. This is a co-op game. You're just trying to survive the deck, and you've got like somebody's got to stay back in camp every time. And so their actions kind of set up what everybody that goes out and fights is going to do. So
This isn't
really
the right version, is it?
that's fine. There's a bunch of expansions and everything for it and big boxes and stuff. So I'm going to say that there's not a wrong version to throw up there. But yeah, I really like Set a Watch. It's tough co-op, lots of different characters to choose from, asymmetric player powers and everything. So Set a Watch, really good and just kind of underrated in my opinion. So I have it in my top 100.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I like the asymmetrical players.
Mm-hmm.
I like the roll and write version in this universe better.
Okay.
What's the rolling
Flip.
right?
It is
Flip a Watch.
yes. Merchants of Magic, a Set a Watch tale. It's more of a flip and write. It uses cards.
Okay.
So you're crafting weapons to sell to the adventurers.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Well, Mike's over here in his call to the new, and I'm still stuck back in 2004.
Jeez.
But Fire and Axe, a Viking saga. This was it's kind of like a pick up and delivery type of game, but it's also a pick up and conquer type of game.
I'm delivering these raiders.
Yeah. It's got some really neat mechanisms in it. I love how as you're trying to explore the sea and what direction you're going, the wind matters, and you can make prayers to the gods and like change the direction of the wind, because if you're sailing with it, then you're going to be able to move further. If you're sailing into the wind, then you can't move as far. It's just some really neat things going on with this game, and I want to play it more.
Never played.
Yes,
Nope.
you did.
Same.
No, I've never played this one.
Oh,
This
that's
came
right. 'Cause
out
you
with-
sat out because you're like, I'm tired of Vikings.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
tired of Vikings.
But now that you're not, you should try this game.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Now that
I am-
you've recovered from your Viking fatigue.
Oh
That's right.
Lord have mercy. Well, all it took was playing what's that stupid one? Champions of Midgard to be like, I'm done. This game sucks. No more Viking games, please.
Well, that was like the third Viking games in the Viking game like saga that I think that you played.
Ugh.
And you were over it. Because I mean,
I
you played
was.
Blood Rage. Blood Rage was you
A
liked
lot of Blood Rage. Own Blood Rage.
Yeah. And then there was like another one I feel like you played, and then you played, which I thought you played Fire and Axe, so maybe that was Pete.
Yeah, that was definitely Pete. But it was all at the same Geekway.
Yeah, Geekway. Well, no, it was Indie. There was it wasn't IndieCon before it was IndieCon.
I thought we played Champions for the first time like the last day of Geekway.
I don't know. Could
But
have been.
maybe I'm wrong. It don't matter.
Doesn't matter. No, we should
All
argue
right,
for 10 more minutes about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's true.
No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is.
It
Well, you can't just say no, it isn't.
is.
Again,
Yes, man. No, you can't.
I came here for an argument.
No, you did.
Yes, I did.
All right, this for my number 96. This made its debut on my list in 2023 at number 75. Then it went to number 65, and now it's number 96 because I haven't played it since. And I'm talking about Unfathomable. Really good semi-cooperative game, kind of a re-theme of Battlestar Galactica.
Definitely
Cthulhu
a
universe.
retheme.
Yeah, in the Cthulhu universe here. So you are assuming different roles, and you are commanding this ship Meanwhile, as you're doing that, the deep ones are boarding the ship and trying to wipe people out. So you're going to use your special powers to either help or hurt the aid in the battle against the deep ones boarding the ship. Really enjoy this one. I just need to play it again. I only got that one play in 2022 and haven't played it since. So it just keeps falling because of that.
I would totally play. This is probably one of my favorite, like,
Social deduction, not
social
social
deduction,
hidden trader
type of
games?
game.
Yeah,
Yes.
same.
It's got that chaos deck because you kind of see up there. There's all these different cards that relate to all your different like attributes and whatnot, and you are contributing cards to try to overcome these challenges. But you're always drawing cards off the chaos deck to add to that. So you always kind of have something to blame. Where'd that card come from? I don't know.
Well,
And,
when
yeah.
two bad cards come up, though, you're like, okay.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, this is way, 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 way higher on my list. But I'm glad it made your list. And so, no judgment. Glad it's getting some love.
Just need to play it again, and it'll move back up. Kind of happens.
Twist our arms.
Right.
Yep. Go too long without playing them. Some slip, and some kind of stay where they are. This one, unfortunately, has slipped.
It's same as my list, Mike. Same thing. Yep.
Bob did it before I could
I gotta
cut
get
him off.
It's a game. It's the game within the game now.
That's
oh
right.
boy. On to Tim for number 95.
My number 95, again, classic game, and it's chaos embodied with foam guns. I'm talking about cash and guns. This game is so much fun. It is so much fun. You never know where people are gonna aim, and then did they actually fire a live round at you, or is it just like a blank? So you might duck to try to still get some, to not die, but you're gonna miss out on getting that loot. So you got to kind of decide when is it smart to stay up, and when is it better to just dive behind that desk and maybe live to steal another day. But cash and guns, so good, so much fun, absolute classic.
Great game. It's been really years since I have played it, so it unfortunately because of that has never made my list. But I do love this one.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. My number 95. We've had the pleasure of reviewing a bunch of games from Trick or Treat Studios as they gather these IPs. And this one, I'm talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre board game. There's just a co-op where if you've seen the movies you like them, you're going to love this game because it plays out very similarly to it. I would definitely recommend playing I think it's called the Slaughterhouse mode.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse mode is where it's at.
Yeah, because as you're going to take your turn, you got to reach into this bag of flesh and pull out a token. And it could be good, it could be bad. There it is. It could be good or it could be bad. If you pull out a Leatherface, he moves towards you. But when you're playing Slaughterhouse mode, if you pull a Leatherface, you have to keep pulling. And man, if you just keep pulling Leatherface tokens out of there, he's just getting closer and closer and closer to you with that chainsaw. And it just adds a lot of tension to the game. But you're just going around to those different locations. You're trying to find like keys and gas and all types of stuff. And you got to get back to that van. But watch out for that semi because it might get you too.
Or it could get Leatherface, and that's fine.
Or it could get Leatherface, yeah. But yeah, no, this is just a great implementation of this, IP. Probably the best one that I have seen or played. So,
yeah, super fun. Designed by friend of the show, Scott Rogers.
Yes, sir.
Check out our episode of Whiskey Wednesday where he appeared.
Yeah, also a Disney Imagineer, which is really cool. He's done a lot of cool things.
He has.
Now making games with Hasbro, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. So new to my list, even though I played this for the first time in 2023, didn't make my list then, but I played it again with Bob at Halloween and it jumped onto the list. And we're talking about My Father's Work.
Nice.
Classic game of basically trying to use cadavers to perform experiments on. and sending your people out into the town worker placement style to gather the stuff you need, like cadavers or potions, animal carcasses, so on and so forth. But this is kind of a story narrative driven game. And as you
Mhm.
play, you will trigger different parts of the story that allow you to make decisions. Then, when that happens, you'll flip through this binder and your worker placement options suddenly change. Maybe you've destroyed one of these locations on the map, maybe a new one appears. And I love the resource management of this game and kind of collecting your resources to perform these different crazy experiments on people. Even reading the different experiments that you're performing can be fun. And the components for this game are just
Oh,
absolutely
Top
bonkers.
notch. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
Probably not going to be the only one to have this on their list. But
Nope.
No.
first time on mine after getting to play it again at Halloween, I almost want to make that like a tradition, Bob, of like playing
Okay.
this every year at Halloween.
Twist my arm
That was a
again.
lot of fun. It's a long one, but it is certainly worth the time
It can,
commitment.
it can last a bit. I love how there's like literally a creepy meter. So the creepier stuff you do, the creepier you get. But you got to make sure you don't cross like the mob token. Otherwise, there you go. Otherwise, you can't go into town unless you're going to church to tell people, no, I'm really not that creepy.
Yeah, the
But
church
no,
is
this
like,
is
give us
fantastic.
money and we'll tell everybody you're cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my biggest complaint is it's app driven, which is not the complaint, but the complaint is it's only like half narrated. Like it'll like read through this whole long story bit, and then you'll click next,
Yeah.
and then there's a whole other long paragraph, but it doesn't read that one to you. And it's like either just do it all or don't do it. Like it's just
Right.
weird that it just half does it and half doesn't do it. So, but,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
kind of a
remember-
small nitpick, but
Yeah, the first time we played this, it was right after it got released, and it was like that. And we thought, well, maybe because it's a
yeah,
newer
it's
game and they
new.
haven't
Yeah.
put all the stuff in the app yet. Nope, it's just like
That's it.
half written and the half you gotta read.
Well,
Yeah.
and they did have a little bit of a problem because when the game came out, it was hitting shelves, but you couldn't play it yet because the app wasn't ready. So they had some like weird instructions you could do to like try to make it work. I never messed with that because I just was like, I would just want to
I'll
play
wait.
the game as intended. Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah,
no, great game. The
but-
box art's beautiful too.
yeah, but Renegade has really supported this game well. And fun fact, if you play this game with Tim, his creepy meter starts at max. So
Dude, living La Vida Loca, man. You guys told me pants were optional when we showed up to play that. I don't know.
Ooh.
That's not the creepy part.
Okay.
oh boy.
Oh, shoot.
Back to Tim for number 94 as Bob counts it out.
All right. My 94, I used to say, hey, I wish there were better, more horror games, like they're really good IP, like and stuff like that. And now I'm starting to get those. But I still don't get a lot of really good games that are of a style, and that's sports games. But this is one I do like, and I was kind of fresh in my brain because we just recently played one we didn't love that much. But getting to play baseball highlights is always a highlight of my day. I really like baseball highlights. I think it does a really nice job of giving you lots of strategy, also throwing in like combining all the different names of famous baseball players. So that's always kind of fun to try to, just read them. There's tons of expansions for this, but I like the way the meeples work. And, you've got your fast runners, your regular runners, your slow runners, your cyborgs, your robots, your humans. And the drafting that you can do where you're getting those players for your next round of, for the next game is really fun also. So I don't know. I just really like this game. It's super fun. I haven't played it in ages, so it's dropped a bit, but I'd play baseball highlights anytime.
Love sports. I do feel like the hobby has not produced enough good sports games.
Nope.
That said,
Agreed.
I think this one kind of sets the bar. It's one of the best, if not the best, board game implementations of a sports game. So
And it's kind of unfortunate because this game is not without its flaws, and everything, and it does its best
yeah,
to represent like a game of baseball. But if this is the bar, and again, this game's in my top 100, but if this is the bar, we can definitely do better. This game's like
yeah.
10 years old. Like, come on, man.
I know there's not enough good ones for sure. It's definitely a genre that could be represented better, no question.
Yeah,
As you said, 10 years old and still nothing is done better, in my opinion, at least.
I agree with you, Mike. I agree
Yeah.
with you.
All right. Well, for me, this game here is ranked number 1 overall, number 1 in strategy, but for me, it's number 94, and that is Brass Birmingham. I do enjoy playing me some Brass. It's just some worker placement, resource management, kind of building up your engine a bit. I need to play more. It has been probably 2 or 3 years since I've gotten to play. But I think this is the superior version. I am looking forward to trying out, was it Brass Pittsburgh? I believe is going to be the newer one coming out.
Yeah, and I
but
still want
you're
to
gonna,
play Lancashire too.
yeah, I've got that one as well. But this one implements the beer. And the beer kind of
Mm.
helps you do more stuff, which I enjoy because sometimes you feel a little limited in the Lancashire version. So that's why I prefer the Birmingham.
Yep.
But yeah, the Roxley did a really nice job printing some nice collector's editions a couple years back. I
Mhm.
managed to scoop those up with the iron clays, and it looks pretty and it plays good.
Yeah.
So
It is a gorgeous game. I love the aesthetic. On my list with only one play, I could only see it going higher if I got to play it more.
play it more.
I have
Yeah.
yet to play this. I have the OG ugly version of Brass, which is fine. I'd play that too, but I'd love to sit down and play the beautiful version that you guys have.
I hope someone's
I
taking notes
wouldn't.
as
It's
to
hideous.
all these games that we got
Just
to
kidding.
play.
I know, right? Yeah, this is it's wild because there's not really that many rules. It's just the strategies of playing well is what makes this game heavy, not the rules.
Right.
Okay. Good one. All right, this made its debut on my list last year when Bob showed it to me and debuted at number 91, moved back slightly to number 94, and I'm talking about Istanbul, the dice game.
Nice.
This is just such a fun, quick engine building game. You're just going to roll dice, and those dice are going to give you the ability to collect sets, and you are ultimately racing to get a certain number of rubies based on the number of players. But you need certain sets to turn those in for rubies, which are ultimately your in-game conditions. But the way you do that is can change every single game because you can get these cards that you draw on your turn that give you extra actions, or you can add extra dice to your dice pool, and that allows you to do more stuff. And as the game goes on, it's more expensive to obtain more rubies. It may take only 4 of the red resource to get your first ruby, but then 5, then 6, then 7. And I just love how quickly your engine ramps up this game. It's just really satisfying to see synergies come together and you just get stronger and stronger as the game goes on. Really, really good game.
Nice.
Yeah, I like this one.
Did this one make your top 100, Bob?
It just missed. I can see it's at 111. It just missed it. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we got to play this one this year, but it's still
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
it's still one I'd request. I need to just add it to my collection. It's
It's
one of
cheap
those
enough.
quick
You get yourself
small
one.
box games I need to just own.
Yep.
I need to play this one more. I think I've only played it once. Slow down, Bob. You're gonna.
I know. I was like, oh, I got some
Peak
time.
Number 93.
All right, so while I did not do this for King of Tokyo, I do feel like this game has enough different versions, and I feel strongly enough about the different versions that I did list multiple versions of Clank on my list. So I'm going to hit my first Clank, drawing my first Clank out of the bag, and that is the
Nice.
OG Clank
I
at
love that for you.
93. There are obviously going to be more Clanks discussed in the future, but this is just an absolutely great deck building game. I love the use of the board and the deck building, and just diving down in there, pushing your luck. The player interaction is like just right. Just does a lot of things really well. Gosh dang it, I do love me some Clank.
Yeah.
It's
Clank
just
is
a
awesome.
goat for it's just a goat for me. I love this game.
I did just end up picking my favorite version of Clank and ranking it. Otherwise, I would have multiple versions in my top 100 as well.
I ranked 3 out of the 4 versions. I did not put Clank in Space in my
Gotcha.
rankings.
And you left, I'm assuming you left the other expansions out as far as like the
Yeah,
pyramid.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
just
yeah,
OG
no.
Clank versus
Got you.
Clank Legacy and Clank Catacombs.
Gotcha.
I did as well, Tim. I have more than one version of Clank on my list. So I just picked I settled on 2 to
Sure.
rank this year. So
Yeah.
I'll be
It's
talking
funny.
about those. It's gonna be a minute.
I remember, like, when we first started playing board games, we played a lot of deck builders. DC deck builder was huge back then. Dominion and whatnot. We're like, man, I'm surprised like nobody has combined deck building and like a board game together. And then like the next year this comes out. We're like,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
I
good.
agree. I definitely like to have extra mechanics added to the deck building. It gives it a lot more replayability.
Yep.
Yeah, and it just did it all so well, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. This first version is where the short game is still viable, where you can go in, grab one quick artifact, and dart out, and the game is still not as forgiving, and it's possible people may not make it out without a single artifact. Later versions sort of made it more forgiving for people that stayed underground longer. But yeah, that's what makes this one
a little more
kind of a beat.
rewarding, for hanging out in there and trying, So yeah, I agree.
All
Nice.
right. My number 93, finally joining the cult of the new Lightspeed Arena.
Oh,
wow.
this is way higher for me.
Yeah, I figured.
Way higher. Please continue.
Yeah, but no, this is just a great 5 to 10 minute game where you're using an app and it's telling you as it's counting down, you're putting out all these ships into this big like area with your bases. Once everybody's done putting all their ships out, 1 a minute, up to like 8 minutes, depending on how many ships you have, then you're going to take a picture of it, and then the app is going to just simulate a battle for you. And man, it's so funny to watch you sit there and talk trash, like when you shoot your own ship or blow up your own base. But it's just a really good time. And like I say, it plays super quick. You could take those asteroids and flip them over and make them kind of asymmetrical, so they're like all have different powers and things. So if you manage to shoot one, you can get like extra points or do more damage to things around you. And yeah, this is just a really good one that kind of flew under the radar until Tim pointed out at Gen Con. We played it, and I was like, fine. Yeah. Well, you're in the right spot, Tim. So if you want to go ahead and give yourself a little, there you go. But yeah, no, this one's great. Is it Ares Games or that's the it's at?
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic. Check it out.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I haven't played it since Gen Con, unfortunately.
I've got 13 plays logged with this guy. So.
Yeah, just 7. I think they were all at Gen Con. Or no, I think we played one quick game at Grand Con. Nice. All right. Well, here's where we're gonna definitely start having some crossover here. I'm expecting this one to be higher up on your list. I had this one ranked higher last year, but we never got into those rankings, as we mentioned earlier. But talk about another party game that I saw Tim had on the table the other day. We're talking about Tumbling Dice. One of the better dexterity games out there. If you like to flick, Check out Tumbling Dice. Eagle Griffin made a pretty nice reprint that is what you're seeing here. And you're basically just flicking dice off of this platform. And the further it goes down, the higher the multiplier, whether it be times 1, times 2, times 3, or times 4 on these small little platforms at the bottom. Definitely just a fun game. We've made a little bit of a tradition of making this our nightcap anytime we're at a convention or at a meetup, and definitely enjoyable.
That didn't make Tim's 100. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't that
right.
crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Mhm.
I taught a bunch of new people this game just over like the week of Christmas, and it never failed. Everybody had a great time. I got a bunch of new signatures on my board. I took this to work. It was like because it was slow and we're working Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas and we're closing early. And like literally, I think we had like 2 customers on Christmas Eve. So to get to do this was a really good opportunity for me to sort of build up some camaraderie with my new team over there, and man, everybody was into it, yelling. You know, it just has all the stand-up moments you could want. I'll talk about it more a long time from now.
Sure. I have to double check where we're at even, but Bob's got it. It's number 92.
All right, my number 92 is one of the newer games, I guess, on my list. Well, no, I guess it's like 2 years now, but whatever. Anyways, this is one I'd love to play more. Just haven't had the opportunity to do it. But the boat mechanic in this game, if we're sinking, is just
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
It is so cool. I love these games where you get to bluff and you're like, yeah, nope, I'm totally gonna go bail out water. And then you're like, hee hee hee. Nope, I'm gonna actually go and get some of those treasures. So you're gonna declare what you're gonna do. You're gonna select your action on your dial, but you're gonna put it face down on one of those actions. And then when you reveal, you're actually gonna then move your dial to the action you're taking. And it's just got a real fun sort of push pull. And there's different ways you can there's different ways to win. So you can sink that boat and have the fewest gems, or you can take out the monster and have the most treasure and get rewarded for being a good teammate. But an absolute blast. I love We're Sinking.
Yeah, I basically just need to play it again. I only played it that one time at QSCon. Really enjoyed it though.
Mhm.
I have yet to play.
Definitely like those games that allow you to bluff for sure.
Oh yeah, really good stuff, man.
Also,
My-
the aesthetic of that boat
sinking.
as it sinks, you take a
Physically
layer off
removing,
the
yes.
bottom, and it looks like it's actually getting further into the water. Really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, they crushed it, man. They absolutely crushed it.
Yep.
Okay. My number 92 is Gutenberg. I'm not sure I've gotten to play this with you guys, but you're
Nope.
kind of
Yeah.
bidding on like turn actions, and you're collecting resources like ink and these gears, and you're rotating these gears to see what actions you get to take. You're getting these little typesets, and you're using those typesets to fulfill these contracts. You're also kind of like leveling up the different things you're good at, like your leatherworking, your ink style, your calligraphy, and whatnot. And as those get higher, you can complete more and more difficult contracts. But I really enjoy, like, I don't know if it's because I like 13 years working with gears, and like the gears like are satisfying to me. But this game came out, I was super intrigued by it. Ended up buying 2 copies so I could have one to trade away. And there's no plastic or anything in it. It was all like paper and wooden. All the bits are wooden. There was no like plastic cellophane on anything. So that was kind of one of their like push points and whatnot, where they're saying, oh, we're reducing waste and everything. So that was kind of interesting. But just those gears, the way they rotate and turn everything else, and the different actions and things you get from there, and then being able to pull those off and then upgrade them to different ones is very satisfying.
When do you get to make Police Academy? Steve Gutenberg?
That's towards the end. Yes. Gutenberg.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Bob, you taught me this one at JuliaCon a couple years ago. It was a good game. I was a little worried about the replayability that could feel a little samey after a couple plays, but it was good.
Cool.
All right. So the crossover begins. This
Let's
is
go.
one that Bob already talked about. And I'm talking about the classic party game Telestrations.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had this as high as 57 a couple years ago, but I think it's been maybe a couple years since I've played it now.
Yeah, I
But
think it's been 2 years.
Illustrations is excellent. Again, my preferred version is certainly After Dark. Use the 12-player party pack drawing board so you can play After Dark with 12 people.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the best mixture to go with.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Yeah. And really what I consider doing is taking like word cards from other games and adding it into this. Like use just one cards or something, like just to shake it up a little bit. There's a lot of different things you could do to house rule this, but the basic mechanic is hilarious and entertaining.
Nice. Yeah.
Agreed.
Bob's last opportunity to flash a whole bunch of fingers on the screen. Number 91.
Number 91. I'm surprised this was this low, but with all the games I was ranking, this just fell here. But I do love me some Mountain Goats. It is simple, it is straightforward, very easy to play, easy to teach. I mean, it does everything right. So it's in my top 100. I should not apologize for having it in my top 100. It's a great game. I love Mountain Goats.
It's a great filler game.
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love, you roll them dice and then you're going to just decide which goat you're going to move, and you can bump other guys off the top of the hill, all that little set collection there. It's just a lot of fun, feels really good. I think that's the other thing I like about it, is it just feels like every turn kind of feels productive. I mean,
You're doing something.
Yeah.
Yep, no, it's great.
Man, this is a good one. I kind of forgot to rank this one. I don't think it would have made my top 100, but I really enjoyed this game.
Sure.
Anyways, my number 91. This is the first game I played that taught me the bumping mechanic, and I fell in love with it. I think I played it probably 5 or 6 years before Tim did. And Tim finally had a chance to play it. I think he played it 3 times in one weekend, and he fell in love with it. I don't know if it's in his top 100 or not, but Hansa Teutonica. This is just a really good, dry Euro game of, completing these different trails and putting out your workers and taking, going into these cities and whatnot with your different styles of workers. They have the big box now that has all the different maps included. But you have your player board where you're pulling off these bits, and it is a little bit of engine building and makes your abilities stronger and whatnot. But I love the bump mechanism. So you put your worker on a spot and you can bump somebody out of there. And so you're not really blocked from any areas, but you do give somebody a worker back and so they can do something else if you want to go to that spot. And I just really enjoy this one. It's been a few years since I've gotten to play. But now that Tim is a fan, I'm hoping to get to play it soon.
It is much higher on my list. So
nice.
Yes. Yeah. Hot
take. Hot take incoming. I love my old dry Euros, but this one just felt like really tit for tat. Like, I'm going to put stuff out and then you're going to remove it. And we're just going to keep doing that. It just felt like really repetitive and tit for tat for me.
Why don't you like tits, Mike?
Or
tats?
I mean, less offensive.
This one, I'd play it again. Like, I'm not totally opposed to it, but I'm like, why do
Try a
people
different
love
map.
this game? Why do people love this game? And then it's
Uh,
just like you're eventually like, okay, I'm tired of going for the one that gives an extra action. I'll start going for something else. But then the person that gets the
But
extra action ends
look
up
at
winning
that
the game.
juicy box art, though. I mean, how does that not, just pull you in?
I'll have plenty of
Facts.
Clemens Franz art on my list here.
Facts. Facts. So good.
All right, our last crossover of the day. My number
Up to
15.
Teutonica. Just kidding.
Yeah, not so much. Didn't even go into the ranking pool.
Yeah, I know.
2025 release, new to me, and we're talking about Lightspeed Arena.
Nice.
I just need to play it more. I really like what it does. It's a ton of fun. It's really chaotic. I like the asymmetric player powers, and the app works perfectly. Well, there was that one time that we played with Tim where like his phone didn't want to load up the photo, but otherwise
That
the
was
app
in
works
that
perfectly.
was at the hotel that had like no Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there was like no signal in that place. I forgot about that.
That was
Yep.
tough. That was
Yeah.
tough.
But yeah, ton of fun. You can wait and hear him talk about it much
Yeah,
later.
don't you talk bad about my sweet baby like that, man. It's not that
No, no,
game's
no, it's
fault that
fine.
the Wi-Fi sucks.
I just need to play it. I need to play it again.
No, I'm just
Maybe
glad it was on y'all's list too, though. So
yeah.
Cool.
All right. So should we do a quick recap for the folks at home?
yeah, let's do that real fast. So starting at 100, I have Galaxy Trucker, then Lords of Waterdeep, then King of Tokyo, then Kemet, Set a Watch, Cash and Guns, Baseball Highlights, the original Clank, and We're Sinking, and Mountain Goats.
Okay. My 100 was old school Avalon Hill History of the World. Although I am intrigued about the 2025 version. We'll see how that comes out. 99 Telestrations, the 12-player pack. And like they said, the After Dark version included in there is fantastic. Barrage. 97 is Catchphrase. Fire and Axe, a Viking Saga. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the board game. Brass Birmingham at 94. Lightspeed Arena, Gutenberg, and finally Hansa Teutonica.
100, 19 Ultimate Werewolf, 99 Flip Tunes, 98 Twinkle Twinkle, 97 Rebirth, 96 Unfathomable, 95 My Father's Work, 94 Istanbul, the Dice Game, 93 Tumbling Dice, 92 Telestrations, and 91 Lightspeed Arena.
Nice.
There you go. Well, this is the first of many shows we've got as we go through our top 100. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support the show, please remember we do have a Patreon, and you can watch unedited plays of us doing games. And also, if there's other content you'd like to see, just drop us a line. Let us know what kind of stuff would make that worth your time. But just you being here, liking, subscribing, and dropping us a comment, let us know what games you have in your top 100, or if we've got any crossover.
Which one of these games did Tim have way too high on his list? What should it be? Low,
sure,
ranked better.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. That's legit. All right, boys. Anything else before we sign off?
Nope.
Many more to go. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. For the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
Bob.
Mike.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. Do you like to party?
I do like to party.
I also like to party.
I like to party.
A 7.3.
This is a great party.
Repeating.
We should party more often.
I do like to
Okay.
I also like to party. I also like to party.
I like to party. I like to party.
We should party more often.
Okay.
This is a great party.
Okay.